Hey, what's up guys? Chillax here, welcome back to Kagetsu Tohya. Last time we did the summer festivals, and now we have, well, technically we have two things left, but it's the last on-stream one, the I think it was like Drinking Dreaming Moon, or it was, I think in the like credits it was like Unrelenting Drinking, so something like that, but anyway. Type Moon Daily Message. Hey, Gujita and Meridak. Type Moon Daily Message. In the encyclopedia, Miyako-chan is in elementary school, but in the game, she's in middle school. I wonder why they changed it. The correct one is elementary school. Okay. Why? Okay. Her special attack is Hell's Tackle. Okay. Sure. I assume it's under summer festivals, right? Or not? Isn't graphics? Options, graphics, collaborator, illustrations. I assume that'd be contribution? Or no? Guest illustrations? Contribution? Okay. Hang on. I'm gonna hide the screen really quick, just in case there's art that should not be shown on screen in here. So let me just I'm just hiding it really quick while I oh yeah, some of these would be kind of risky to show. Oh yeah, here we go. Special story, Drinking Dreaming Moon. Oh god, ow. Okay. I forgot to turn the audio down for myself. Yeah, I'm glad I hid the screen during that, because yeah, some of those yeah, even if they're only on for like a quarter of a second while scrolling through, that's risky. Okay, but I'm going to assume this is probably Shiki. Arihiko! Tono, you bastard! Okay, we're starting strong. It looks like that's good. The man's scream split the dark, engulfing the city streets. Arihiko, running by my side, was sent flying by one merciless punch from Arkwid. Wait, why is Arkwid attacking Arihiko? I'm sorry, what? What'd he do? She'd taken advantage of that one instance opening earlier when Akia's hair had shot past us. Even though I glanced at my lost friend, I couldn't stop moving. Yeah, fair enough. My true friend, always by my side throughout this running battle, had finally died. R.I.P. I guess? Don't just kill me off! But your sacrifice won't be in vain, Arihiko. Okay. Wiping tears from my eyes. Or pretending to, anyway. I ran faster. I can't let myself be caught by them here. If I am, then it'll be like everything else. Okay, so I assume we're gonna, like, go back in time to show how we got here, right? Because, like, we're kind of just dropped into, Arkwid punching Arihiko, and there's no... Okay. There's already been too much love comedy crap. I won't take any more of this. I'm going to sit down and have a nice, quiet cup of tea on the veranda. Good luck with that. I will! I want to have one day, all day, to just quietly sit around trimming my bonsai. for that goal, even if it costs me everything. I need to escape those girls. But I've already lost my hiding place at the Inui house, and lost my human shield as well. Is that all your friend was to you, Shiki? A human shield? The humanity. Even so, I kept running. My will is firm. And we're in the forest, okay. Damn it. It's the festival disc, they say, as if that's a reason to go crazy. Even while cursing, I didn't pause in my surveillance of my surroundings. For the moment, I don't see anyone. Oh, that's good. Tonoshiki, dropped limply. My body felt heavy and my heart beat like mad. All the fatigue from having run all the way here from the town pressed down on my heart. My surroundings were quiet, but I could feel my own labored breathing crush that silence. I looked around again. Now that I was looking, I could tell that I was back on the Tono Estates. Now that you're looking, how do you not notice passing through, like, a big-ass gate? Like, okay. This was a small plaza near the edge of the Tono Mansion grounds. Without thinking, I came running to this place, filled with the memories of my childhood. I guess panic and, exhaustion can do things to you. Okay, I guess. The winds of autumn blew lightly past me. Looking up while trying to catch my breath, I saw the perfect circle of the full moon sketched against the night. The light filtered through the trees, casting specks on the ground. The season's already autumn. Well, some traces of summer remain. Preparations for winter have already begun. A melancholic season. These festival days have finally begun to flicker in the shadows of their ending. Alright, okay, I thought we were gonna get a flashback, but I guess not. After another look around at me, I sighed. It seems that somehow I'd managed to conceal myself from those five. Okay, so even Hisui and Gohaku are going nuts as well then? I leaned slowly against a tree. There, I took a brief rest. Soon they'll come. Before that happens, I've got to recover some of my strength. What the hell is with that next short story? Just remembering the script's contents made my head hurt. No matter what, I've got to escape that. I put one hand on my chest, closed my eyes, and took deep breaths. Doing so, I remembered the girls as they were just a little while ago. Okay, are we getting a flashback now? Okay. Wait, what? Having stripped off and thrown away the costume from the previous short story, but for some reason keeping the cat ears on as she drew close, Arquid. I assume that's referring to the one where she was literally dressed as a cat in the main story, or in the main game. Blocking Arquid's path as if to protect me, CL-senpai. Ah, she's alright, I thought for a moment. But then I noticed that she was holding something that, she was holding that dangerous weapon called the Gospel According to Thomas or something. Okay. Whether she was joking or whether she was completely serious. With her, there's no telling. Even more incomprehensible was Akiha. For some reason, she was wearing a skimpy bikini? Huh? Looks like some sort of cosplay, but I have no idea which one. And you're not showing it to us? I mean, what? If I knew which one, I could at least plan countermeasures. Wait, how would you plan? Wait, what? How would that? Wait, huh? You'd plan countermeasures around what cosplay she's. What? Then, spurring on the confusion, were two Hisuis. Of course, one of them was the real Hisui, and the other was Kohaku-san in disguise. Yeah, of course. In the past, it was sometimes possible to tell them apart, but not anymore. Okay. A voice inside my head says Lum cosplay, but I have no proof for Akia. Lum. Why do I know that name? Lum? Lum. Ooh. Lum? Character? Oh, yeah, this lady. I never watched this, but I have seen this this girl before. Okay. I could, well, I don't know if that would work. The bust is too big. But yeah, it makes sense. If she's an Oni, that would make sense. I can see that, I guess. In this pair, sometimes possible to tell them apart, but not anymore. Both their disguises and their insides. What do you mean their insides, huh? Hisui was becoming more like Kohaku-san, and Kohaku-san was also starting to show her feelings clearly. Normally, this would be a good thing, but not in these circumstances. No way could I be happy about this. Even worse, they'd both been cooking. Probably that's the joke. Dangerous. Way too dangerous. At the sudden awareness of a danger far greater than the fighting that rages in this city, I began to shiver. You two, do you really want to be the heroine that much? Yeah, probably. Unconsciously, I shouted. When I did, the two girls drew closer. Hurriedly, I shut my mouth. Yeah, probably for the best. There's 10 nights in total, so wouldn't it be fine to have 2 stories each? No matter how much poison I spew in my heart, the situation won't improve one bit. Arihiko trade with me. Nah, Arihiko's dead, man. He ain't doing nothing for you. I hate to break it to ya. Without thinking, I begged for help from my best friend who had gone to heaven during that earlier battle downtown. Of course, it didn't help. Yeah, of course. That punk. He should have been just a little better shield for me. The fuck? Automatically, I started complaining about that friend. But no, that didn't improve things one bit either. I've really got to start thinking seriously about my next escape route now. Can't use Arihiko's house anymore. Because I just fled from the city, the school buildings might be an unexpected good place. Maybe. However, under this brilliant moon, it'd be impossible to use any route to the school. What can I do? Should I believe that hide in plain sight cliché and try to hide right here? But there are multiple people here with animal-like instincts, so I should try to come up with a real plan. Russell? A sound. Crap. Okay, I knew it was that costume. Wait, I thought... Okay. Shiki! No! An instant's delay in judgment was fatal. Still wearing the cat ears and acting very happy, Arkwitty dove at me from the side. Damn! I attempted to twist aside, but my tired body wouldn't move as I wished. I had to, It is what it is. Huh? Thunk. Thunk. Just before Arquid's hands reached me, a scripture drove between us as if to ward off her hands. It brushed my hair as it passed, and for some reason I got a whiff of something burning. Right after, a dark shadow dropped before my eyes, facing Arquid. Senpai.
Tono-kun, I'll be done in a minute, okay?
Okay. For just a second, as she flashed a smile at me, Senpai was incredibly beautiful. What's the catch? It's just that smile shouldn't go with the weapons she was holding. Yeah. I automatically took a step back.
After that, we can take our time, right?
Sure. Saying only that, as she slowly turned her face towards Arquid. Her pink tongue slowly slid across her upper lip. Senpai, there's no prawn allowed right now. During my distraction, I'd taken one step, then another back. I glanced to the sides. Unfortunately, there was only one path left open for me. Nothing to do but flee towards the mansion. Summoning my strength, I ran as fast as I could.
Shiki-sama!
Hisui? Phone alarm going off, hang on. No, dismiss. I keep forgetting that I have that. My body, which had started to flee again, instantly froze. I heard two of Hisui's voice in perfect harmony. I couldn't help but sigh. I didn't want to look, but I still turned in that direction. This seems like my kind of party, I ain't gonna lie. Sure enough, two Hisuis stood there. Furthermore, each of them holding forth a platter overflowing with strange things that were definitely not food. Should I run? No, of course I'll run, but where to? Boom! Bam! Screech! From behind me, as if to mimic my thoughts, came the disturbing sounds of battle. The Hisuis took another step, closing the distance. Sliding forward they came. Pushed back by their spirit, I slowly backpedaled. Thump. My back ran into a tree. I couldn't retreat anymore. Stop. Hisui. Stop making those eyes. What eyes, huh? Or rather, both of you. Please stop looking at me like that. Do I really have to eat that? If I eat, you'll stop, right? If I eat... I finally surrendered. But somehow, having it turn out like this gave a somewhat refreshing feeling. I don't have to run anymore. No, I think you should continue running. I can just take a nice nap. Actually, just fainting though. Those thoughts fogged my mind. Oh, good night. But...
What are you doing to my Nissan?
I heard Akiha's voice from above. Next, a lightning bolt? Lightning bolt? Hi. Okay, the the towel from Imoguriso, okay?
Him! Nissan, you idiot!
As my consciousness faded, the last thing I saw was a demon girl wearing a tiger-striped bikini. Okay, yeah, I think you're right. Damn, they didn't give her an actual, like, sprite for it, though. They just gave her the towel from... that sucks. So, that was your cosplay, huh? Black smoke puffed from my lips and I collapsed. Huh? I woke up in the same place. No one took you into the mansion and put you to bed? That's fucked up. A dream? Don't tell me it was all a dream. I don't know. Me and that stupid cliche. I shook my head in amazement. I look around, revealed no signs of anyone else. Just me sitting in the middle of the clearing. Seems like I fell asleep during a rest break. If I don't run, I thought, but because of the weariness permeating my body, it was just too much trouble to move. I looked up at the moon. Ah, the moon shining as beautifully as always. Light gusts of wind coolly caressed my face and rustled the leaves of the trees. I don't know why, but my heart felt calm. It probably shouldn't, but, you know, good for you, yeah, I guess. It's already been a full month since the start of the festival period in mid-August. Ever since then, I don't think there's been a time I felt this restful in my heart. Again, you know, probably shouldn't. It had been just one crazy event after another. Amidst this quiet, those days seem so very distant. It's not that I dislike that sort of tumult. Arkwid's innocence, Akiha's jealousy, Ciel Senpai's kindness, Kohaku-san's smile, Hisui's dedication. I love them all, and I think they love me as well. Yeah, probably. I don't think so. But just a little. Uh-huh. Yo, Shiki. Actually, I don't know who this is. What are you doing here? Not with the others today? A familiar voice reached my ears. I opened my eyes and looked straight ahead at the edge of the clearing. There stood a one-time murderer. A Shiki-controlled Roashiki? Calmly standing there, long hair and archaic kimono-like clothes waving in the breeze. Oh, it's you, huh? Somehow the moon just seemed so inviting. I thought I'd sit here and treat myself to watching the moon. That wasn't the real reason, but to try to be witty, that's what I said. That's right. Today there really is a nice moon. Really, it'd be terrible to waste a night like this. He looked up while he spoke, then narrowed his eyes. You don't smell of blood today, I said, looking at him. Idiot. It's not like I'm always killing things. He chuckled softly. Kimono fluttering, he slowly walked closer. This was someone I should have been wary of. But for some reason, I just didn't feel that way. And quit it with that "it's you" stuff, will ya? After I took all the trouble to come see you today. Finally, his feet stopped. He'd arrived before me. Something was different about him, I realized. Ah, sorry. I'm glad to see you.
Me too. Glad you're looking good, Shiki.
Finished with the courtesies, he sat heavily. Hey man, that's one depressed mug you're wearing. He said with a little smile, gazing into my face. I assume this is the Shiki-controlled Roashiki, but I'm not sure. Long hair and archaic kimono type deal kinda makes me feel that way though. You want some too? Oh, that was him still. This time he held out a bottle and 2 cups. His expression changed into a full smile. Yeah, I'll have some. A drink to the moon might be just the thing. Drinking isn't really my thing, but for some reason, today I felt like joining in.
Oh, you said it.
He handed a cup to me, then began pouring. Blub, blub, blub. Thanks. Now let me... Taking the bottle, I filled his cup this time.
Don't spill any.
Strangely stingy. Was he like this? Wait, yeah, okay, yeah, this has to be Shiki. Yeah. Was he like this way back when, too? Unintentionally, I smiled amusedly. Disturbing punk, ain't ya? I forget what voice I used for him. Oh, that's enough. Man, really, don't spill any. I righted the bottle and capped it. Placing it to the side, I took my cup. Then shall we toast? Rolling his eyes like a child, he asked. Sounds good. What'll we toast to?
To you and me.
As he spoke, his eyes narrowed in amusement again. A truly gentle smile. Am I smiling like that too, I wonder? To childhood friends. To true friends. Cheers! Clink. We touched cups. A reunion. That's right. This is a reunion. A little reunion ritual between 2 young men that parted 8 years ago.
I'm really glad to see you again, Shiki.
Yeah, good to see you too. I guess.
And that reminds me.
He quietly spoke up.
We used to play here a lot.
Nostalgically smiling, he looked around. Yeah? Here and there, this place was full of memories. The cherry blossoms of spring, the heat of summer, the falling leaves of autumn, the snows of winter too. Together with him, Akiha, and Hisui, there were so many memories of the 4 of us here. Opening half-closed eyes, he turned towards me.
Hey.
What? What?
Is everyone doing okay?
Everyone. Me, Akiha, Hisui. Probably Kohaku-san too. With a smile, I answered. Akiha has become more cheerful. Lately, you know, for better or worse, she's gotten some friends her own age. Always yelling at each other. That's a first for her, right?
So, she's made some friends.
That's great, Shiki. He reached out one arm and smacked me bam, bam, bam on the shoulder. Ow, ow, ow! He's sweet. Well, he's sweet too. She's become a bit more cheerful. That's good. I always wanted her to smile brightly. This time, he gave a satisfied smile, poured more sake into his cup. Her blushing, smiling face is really cute. Yeah, true. Ho-ho? Oh, that was us. Her blushing, smiling face is really cute. Ho-ho? Eyes heavy with meaning glanced at me. His elbow poked me a couple of times. Aww. Kohaku-san. Deliberately, I cleared my throat. Kohaku? His eyes were utterly serious. She started to smile. When he heard that, his expression collapsed. With a large nod, he pushed his face into his hands and gave a great sigh. I see. His voice was loud and happy, and he nodded repeatedly. Is this meant to take place in any one route? Because I thought other Shiki died in all the routes. Unless I'm misremembering. Did he survive in one of them somehow? And I'm just not recalling? I'm pretty sure he didn't. Are you that attached to Kohaku-san? Nah, he died? Okay. That's what I thought, but I guess this is just one of the dreams, huh? Which that would make sense, it's dreaming moon. But reacting to my question, he opened just one eye and looked this way. A smile floated around his lips. Me? To Kohaku? Yeah, that's how it looks. Yeah, that may be true. Parent and child, we both caused her all sorts of hell. Of course I'd be attached to her. He finished his words with a chuckle deep in his throat. By the way, what are the white and black things I've seen going in and out of the house? White thing and the black thing? I thought for a moment. White. I remembered the cat ears. Black. The image of giant and really dangerous weapon floated into my brain. Arkwid and Ciel-senpai, you mean? Yeah, I think those were the names. I thought so. I thought for a bit. I wonder what he's asking. Vampire? Vampire hunter? Nah, that's not what he means. Important friends. Mine and Akiha's. Mentioned them earlier, didn't I? Yeah, I guess, sorta. As if satisfied by something, he nodded repeatedly. But you said Akiha, which she does have friends her own age, you know, her roommates at the academy. But if Ciel and Arkwid is who he was referring to there, they're not really her age. Ciel's technically an adult, and Arkwid's like, however old, I don't know, hundreds, thousands. No, Arkwid's what, 800 or something? I don't remember. But 800-ish, yeah. So it doesn't really, I mean, I guess in terms of like, I don't know.
So friends and rivals like that, huh?
Yeah, I guess. Rivals? Why rivals?
You're always like that, Shiki.
He gave an exaggerated sigh. Yeah.
Anyway, you guys are living happily, right?
Yeah, it is like that, I guess. I thought about his own situation and my heart hurt. But he didn't say even a single resentful word.
I'm glad. I'm really glad.
Just that, and nodded.
Hey. Sorry.
What for? He poured himself some more sake.
Before, we talked about old friends, right?
Oh, that. The image of him drinking coffee and talking about old times overlaid his current image. That's right. I remember talking about that once. Which route did they have that convo in? It wasn't Akiha's. Was it Hisui's or Kohaku's? I think it was Kohaku's, right? Yeah, Kohaku route, okay. That guy, how to say it? He never had anything of his own. So he looked like he never wanted anything. That was, terribly aloof. Although aloof is just another name for lonely. That's why I couldn't help but worry about him. I think that he'd said something like that.
That.
I was wrong. Sorry. Or is that him? He gave an embarrassed laugh. However, now I was thinking. Where exactly was he wrong? Why? Yeah, that was him.
Idiot. Think about that yourself.
Again, he chuckled. Now I remembered. He's always been like this. He was never the type to give you everything. That's why I always liked him. Blub, blub, blub. I realized he was pouring more sake into my cup. I refilled his cup too. Give me a hint at least. Yeah, somehow this sake just hits the spot. Okay then, it's me. I don't remember how that conversation went. It's been a while, so I have like no reference as to what he's apologizing for saying.
Okay then, it's me.
Huh?
Think of the rest yourself.
Laughing, he put his cup down next to him and then laid flat on the ground. I too quaffed the contents of my cup, then put it aside and laid down. To my flushed body, the ground felt pleasant. Under my back came the rustling of early fallen leaves. I could hear my own sigh echoing around me. Looking up, the whole wide starry sky. What's with you? That's depressing. He laughed. I too started laughing. Why, I don't know, but it was funny. Together, laid down, we laughed. Don't know why, but I just couldn't stop. Why are you laughing? You're laughing too. For a little while, we just kept laughing like that. How much time passed, I wonder. Eventually, our laughter paused. A pleasant tiredness and a kind of ennui. Feeling of listlessness and dissatisfaction. Okay. Interesting. Hey, a voice. A serious voice unlike any before. What? Naturally, my voice sharpened too. Yeah, of course, naturally, yeah. I wonder what he's going to say. Don't worry about it anymore. Okay, I mean, those were the words I at least wanted to hear. Stop. Why? This was... Don't say anything more. Why not? Why not? Rather, he was... just my... dream. Right? Dream. My dream. A product of my mind. A convenient phantom. Of an impossible, long-lost past. Of a present that can't be wiped away. And of a future that could never come to be. A future I'd closed off with my own hands. Why do you think that? He was still chuckling. Why, huh? That's because you're trying to cheer me up. That's right. That's what he's doing. Because you're not the you I know. Him from 8 years ago, maybe. But the present him is not someone to speak kind words to me. Because he's an unabashed mass murderer. So you can't accept that the current me isn't a butcher? To tell the truth, no. Can't even think of me as a ghost whose sanity returned when he died? He gave a twisted smile. Holding one hand to his eyes, the other out in front of him, he laughed. Still so young, yet so ingenuous. Just normal, I think. Normal. This should be normal. No matter how much you call it self-defense, that the person whose future we sealed with my hands would say to me, don't worry about it. If this isn't some convenient dream, then just what is it? Okay then. How about this? He sat up and looked down at me. What do you think of the world? The world? Yeah. Do you think reality is wonderful? Or do you think that there's no proof that this actually exists? Reality, huh? The everyday world I live in. Can I really prove that it actually exists? Yes, maybe, no, I don't know. And if everything were an illusion, that what I think is reality would in truth be a hallucination and quite distant from true reality? Is what I see with my eyes reality? Is what I hear with my ears reality? Or maybe no one can prove that reality is reality. Well said. In other words, the world exists inside of people. Understand so far? I nodded. My gaze still pointed to the sky. By the way, do you dislike Buddhism? That came out of nowhere. Nah, I don't dislike it. don't dislike it, but don't particularly like it either. Modern Japanese usually don't think about religion much, as long as it doesn't hurt them, right? I guess. Not that it matters. The Buddhists have a saying, all things are first in the mind, as the foundations of the mind then come from the mind. Okay. In other words, all worlds exist only in your mind. The world only exists in the mind? The world, people, and everything else are in your mind, or yeah, that's him, whoops. That means that what I'm seeing and hearing, it's all just the product of my imagination? That's right. Alright, hang on. It's a good thing you're smart. Added to sight, hearing, smell, taste, touch, the 5 awarenesses that rule the physical human 5 senses, and the surface human consciousness are the deeper mentalities of manas, or self-awareness, and alaya, the root of consciousness. Okay. These 8 mental functions form everything in the world. Or so they say. Unfamiliar words. I asked for an explanation. Manas? Alaya? Yeah, those two are the so-called deep mentalities. Manas is the subconscious that influences the surface consciousness. That stream of consciousness thing. Alaya is... yeah, it's the source. Source? Yeah. Everything that's ever happened to that human. Things seen and heard. A gathering, collection of all of those. It's the thing that provides impetus, motive to the other 7 mental functions. To sum it up in one word, it's the act. Act. Of course, those 8 functions don't have a fixed shape. They interfere with each other, and each situation shapes the ones after it. Right then, something seemed to flicker in my heart. If one's heart is formed like that, then... inversion impulse. The thing that inverted him was his own. That's right, Shiki. What was inverted in my heart was most likely Alaya. Inverted Alaya. Inverted acts. The remaining 7 unchanged, only their impetus inverted. And those 7 were dragged along. All of those mental functions formed the next act. And that act was... for him, there was no going back. I see. You understand? Yeah. I understand both this world and you. But I still don't know if you're the real you. That's, yeah. Fair. I understand that everything might be a dream. I understand what happened to him, too. But I still don't understand why this present him would appear. Even if he is the real thing, should he still be that murderer? Damn, you're slow. He ran his hands through his hair. Then he gave a single sigh. Did you forget about your own eyes? Eyes. The mystic eyes of death perception. Those eyes that can see fate, especially a fated death. And the power to substantiate that final result. Eyes that see death won't see anything, right? Or wait, whoops. Eyes that see death won't see anything, right? If your eyes were truly the mystic eyes of death perception, then yeah,
that'd be true.
He closed one eye, then looked at me.
Have you ever thought that? Makes sense, doesn't it?
I guess. Opening his closed eye, he waved his hands and stood.
Because you are your eyes, and because they've been exposed to death for so long, you've gained the ability to substantiate the very concept of death.
Because of that exposure to death, the me that is my eyes can understand death? In other words, my eyes aren't strictly the mystic eyes of death perception? I guess?
Yeah. Come on, you've seen Akia's hair, right?
Akia's hair? The hair that can absorb anything. That crimson far deeper than merely red. Crimson hair. Yeah, I've seen it.
Your eyes are originally eyes like that. That's something you should be saying, though.
He slowly turned around. His expression tightened and his eyes shone unhesitantly. Seeing him like that, I was overcome with shock. You're talking a lot today, I finally muttered. He gave a twisted smile. With a great exaggerated waving of arms and body, he dropped into a begging pose.
This is just your convenient dream, right? Let me do what I want.
That's right. Unconsciously, my own face relaxed. What do I think I'm doing getting this involved in a dream? I don't know, man.
Anyways, if your eyes are those eyes, then you might be able to understand the concept of me as well, is what I'm saying.
Understanding came to me.
And the me you know is from which time?
I could feel my complexly tied up thoughts beginning to unravel. So that's it. I knew my face was smiling. Probably the you from 8 years ago.
Right. That's exactly it. And the that me you met before had as a base.
I already knew that answer. The concept of you that I was predicting?
Correct. I am Shiki. Without doubt, I am Tonoshiki Shiki.
Yeah?
I am the Shiki that was born from Shiki. The human called forth from my Tonoshiki's mentality.
Or, yeah, that's what he is. So he's saying, what? Okay.
That's why, Shiki.
He closed his eyes, then put a hand on his hip and turned his face to the sky. Took a deep breath, and smiled. An amazing smile. The memories of those days began to stir in my mind.
If we assume that this is convenient for you, then...
Slowly his eyes opened. Eyes filled with a strong will.
I have it inverted, right?
Yeah. If this isn't just a dream, that is.
What a picky guy you are.
Behind those words, he was laughing amusedly. I wonder what sort of face I'm making anyway. I don't know. I sat up, and like that, leaned against the adjacent trees.
Anyway, since you can't tell which it is, why not go with the way that's more fun?
That sounds pretty good, actually.
That's just the way you are. But you know...
He stopped short there. For a little while, he was wordless. Should he say it or not? Probably something like that. Yeah, maybe.
The Shiki that would want to see you well, That'd be me, right? A little embarrassedly, he smiled. A bit of a mysterious and amiable smile. It conformed to his smiles from the distant golden days. I looked at the smile. Clumsily, It's not something to cry about, you know. Let the tears flow. Okay, no, that should have been him talking. Whoops. Was I sad? I mean, yeah, he was your best friend slash brother for what, 3 years? 4 or 5? No, he was like for, yeah, like 5 years, right? 4 or 5 years. So, it makes sense. Even if you don't really remember, but of course. Was I happy? Of course. Why? Because this was what I wanted. Even if it's just a dream? Of course. Because even when I lost this, I couldn't cry. Why are you crying? Even while crying, I was laughing. I couldn't control my own heart. I want to say it was like 2 years. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it was closer to 2, maybe 3. I think 4 or 5 is way too much. Cause he was 9 when it happened, and he had to have at least been old enough when his family was killed, but prior to the Makihisa memory tampering, he did, I think, remember. So yeah, but it's probably more like 2-3 years. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, 9 when he replaced Shiki. Okay. So I guess this is basically Shiki grieving for Shiki, for the person he could have been. That's kind of the sense I'm getting from it. It was a bit weird at first with the whole Buddhism thing. I was like, what like, okay, what's he going for here? But yeah, I think it's a grieving thing, just in his own like dreams, I guess. I don't know how we got from Shiki being chased by all the girls to this, but I don't know. I couldn't control my own heart. One after another, the tears overflowed. I raised my head and wiped away the tears with my hands. I realized that he too was hiding his face. Aren't you crying too? Face hidden, he didn't answer. His long hair was waving oddly. His shoulders too were shaking a little. Drip. Shining in the moonlight, a single drop fell. He wiped tears away with his hand, then looked back at me. We laughed. For a long, long time, we laughed. But at the same time, the tears kept flowing. There was probably only one reason for the tears. The tears should have flowed long ago. For him when he killed me. For me when he died. And strangely, the two of us that should have been parted by death were here, face to face. Just earnestly laughing, crying, and then, amidst my many jumbled feelings, I could no longer understand anything. There was one reason for the tears, but there were countless other feelings intervening. But I think that was the relief I'd longed for such a long, long time. The two of us right now must look laughable to other people's eyes. But that doesn't matter. The truth about people tends to be shameful after all. Yeah, yeah. A hallucination, a dream, or even if it's laughable. Because I've finally found the truth. And that's how I finally cried for his death. I realized that at some point, the moon had almost disappeared from the sky. It seems like we spent a long time talking. The moon. Yeah. We stood, looking up at the moon. It's about time for me to go. As he spoke, he walked to my side. Along the way, he glanced into the sake bottle he was holding. Looks like it was empty since he quickly lost interest in it and placed it at his feet. Finally, may I ask one thing? Unusually for him, he asked discreetly. Since I had no reason to refuse, I agreed. Sure. What? Last time we met, you said that it wasn't us that were twisted, but the world that was twisted, but... yeah. That did happen. Although that time I was Nanaya, and I think I was mostly being dragged along by his consciousness that I was bound to. But I do remember the conversation about the world being twisted, and some comparison to German boxer dogs. What do you yourself think, Tonoshiki? I was a little surprised. Probably he's realized it too. Nah, given that this is him, he'd obviously understand. Why? Well, that's because he's my friend. The answer was obvious. Back then, we were the ones that were twisted. Why? Because right now, we're the boxers. Okay. People can't accept survival of the fittest. I believe that. All lives are equal, and I believe in the right of people to live. However, in the real world, it's sad, but that survival of the fittest attitude prevails. To escape that strife, people form groups. Of course, that's not the only reason people gather. Because being by yourself is lonely. Sheep have herds. Once there was a wolf that wanted to make friends with the sheep. To do so, that wolf had to obey the rules of the herd. If the wolf should follow the rules of wolves while amongst the herd of sheep, then the herd itself would collapse, and that wolf, in the end, would not be able to befriend the sheep. However, even should the wolf join the herd of sheep, it should never doubt that it has fangs. To try to live while denying its own fangs would be nonsense, because the sheep accepted the wolf. So the wolf needs to obey the rules of the sheep. Should it sharpen its fangs? Should it not sharpen its fangs? Should it be forbidden to fight with other wolves? Those are things for the sheep to decide. Eventually, there was a German boxer hound. The boxer wanted to be friends with the sheep. Something like that. There was no way for the sheep to become boxers. Why? Because a taste for conflict, or a dislike of it, is a nature born from many situations. Besides, my eyes are an inherently furnished power. just like the wolf's fangs. My, no we. What group is it that we wish to belong to? No need to ask. That precious family waiting for me on the Tono Estates. That rambunctious and innocent princess. That gently smiling senpai. And that boisterous, common everyday, and the people in it. I have fought with vampires, so has that group rejected me? No, it hasn't. I want to be a part of the group. I wish to be a part of that world. And so after all, I don't know, is this could be CL, or maybe even, no, this has to be Satsuki, right? If he's in a dream, he must be dreaming, this has to be Satsuki. So after all, you won't come with us, Tono-kun. Is that right? Yumizuka? Yeah, okay. That's it. That's great. He smacked my shoulder. You should always stay back there. Don't show up in this place like we did. He was thrilled from the bottom of his heart. Why can he smile like that? Why is he trying to help me so much? Those words, so serious as to almost make me doubt. You should stay there and always protect everyone, in place of me who can't. Yeah, that's right. By all means, I will. For everyone. For him, and for my own life. That guy, how to say it? He never had anything of his own, so he looked like he never wanted anything. That was, terribly aloof. Although aloof is just another name for lonely. That's why I couldn't help but worry about him. No, that's wrong. I don't know about back then, but now it's wrong. And now I can say so. Got it? I got it, Shiki. At his words, I nodded. Oh, I think that was the other way around. Whoops. I had it right, I think. That's the answer he was aiming for, isn't it? Even though it was never spoken, there's no doubt. That sure is the answer he wanted me to find. Not logic. It's a person's wishes. It's a person's will to live. Then fine. As he spoke, he wiped my face with the sleeve of his kimono. Don't cause so much trouble, Shiki. His face was calm. It's time. I've got to go, he said regretfully. He straightened up and smoothed out his kimono. You can't stay a bit longer? I wanted to talk just a bit more. Nope. Can't you hear? The voice is calling for you to awaken. He posed with a hand cupping his ear. No good. I can't hear anything. When I mentioned that, he just smiled. But in the end, all this... Is this all a dream? Don't get so worked up about it. He was amused. But only I can hear that voice, so it could be a lie, you know. He laughed. Man, what a punk. Well, I'm going. Later. Tossing off a short farewell, he casually walked out of the clearing.
I almost chased him, but I didn't. For some reason, my very drowsy body wouldn't move. Will we meet again? I could only manage a strained voice. Who knows? Won't we? He didn't turn around. If this is a dream, then we can meet again soon. But if this is real, then it'll have to wait until you die. I was growing sleepier by the moment. Yeah, that's right. Ah, man, I'll give you a big hint. A hint? I couldn't keep my eyes open anymore. My consciousness was fading fast. His voice was growing distant. Yeah. I talked about Buddhism earlier, remember? The official title of that was Yuishiki, which means there's nothing but the mind. Did you know that? No? Can't answer, huh? Ah, well. Then a gift. I've got a message for you. Bye-bye, Tono-kun. Thank you, and see you again someday. Okay, so this is... I guess the remnant of like this, because they were like tied together, right? Through whatever yeah, I forget exactly how it worked, but they were like tied together. He was like leeching off his life force. But maybe that wasn't entirely severed after other Shiki was killed? And so this is like his spirit using that last bit of connection to say goodbye. And I don't know. I'm glad I could drink with you. Then, well, I'll be praying that we meet again, you know. Nissan. It's alright, Akiya-sama. He's just sleeping. My Shiki wouldn't die. Tono-kun doesn't belong to you. He's awakening. Why can you tell? It was all my awakening. Oh, that was Akiya? Why can you tell? Grumble. It was all my awakening self could do to understand Akiya's words. No matter how kick-ass I am, stuck in the middle of 5 noisy people, I'll wake up. Yeah. Wait, is it winter? Huh? Vaguely, I opened my eyes. Right after I caught sight of my surroundings. It's alright, Akiya. It's nothing. I gave a great yawn and stretched. Doing the fake yawn made me have to actually yawn. What the hell? It looks like I'd fallen asleep sitting against a tree. Surrounding me stood 5 women. Aww. Akiya, arms crossed in front of her, looking frantically worried. The winds ruffled her pale clothing and that matched the early autumn. Facing me and struggling impatiently was Arkwid. As noisy as ever. Holding back that Arkwid with great effort was Ciel-senpai. She is truly a martyr.
Hisui was kneeling by my side, asking how I felt. That conscientiousness made me happy.
Kohaku-san, after smiling brightly at me, tucked back the sleeves of her kimono and began tidying up a sake bottle and 2 cups that had fallen nearby. Wait a minute! Wait. What?
What a perceptive person she is.
Like, I'll pick these up before Akiha notices.
Like this, running away again would be too much trouble. Isn't that wrong?
No, it's too much trouble.
It's that here, now, is where I should be. Akiha. A worried face. I noticed that unusual change that the usual wouldn't have seen. I slowly stood. Akiha. I walked closer and placed a hand on her head.
Oh.
Nissan. Red-faced, her eyes widened at my unexpected action. I made you worry, huh? I'm alright, so don't look like that.
Isn't your beauty going to waste like that? Oh. Okay, Akiha, sure. Sure you weren't.
I wasn't worried about anything, Nissan. Puffing out her cheeks, she pouted. Is that right? Even while I said that, I started patting her head.
I hate the contagious yawning concept so much, I always make sure to clamp down on it. It's real. I fake yawn, made me actually yawn, which made me back yawn. You know? Haven't there been like literal studies done on it too?
Contagious yawning study.
Yeah, a bunch of studies.
Mythbusters checked it too.
Really? I thought they were more of a, like... No, I guess they did do some, like, smaller scale stuff in between the big ones and episodes, huh? I just remember, like, all the big ones with, like... You know, just, like the crazy stuff. I don't know.
Even while I said that, I started patting her head. She was dumbstruck. And the others. There are others I'd cause trouble for. Giving Akiha a last smile, I turned to Hisui. Looks like I caused more trouble for you, Hisui. It was nothing. That's for always helping me, Hisui. I'm grateful. Eh?
Blushing, Hisui turned her face away.
Did I say something strange?
I feel like that's was supposed to be thanks, not that's. I think it's supposed to be thanks for always helping me, or whatever.
Hey, Shiki-san, you're embarrassing Hisui-chan.
Kohaku-san spoke up to help Hisui. Embarrassing?
Yes. Are you still half asleep?
Kohaku-san's eyebrows drew together as she pointed. Something weird is happening.
No way. Just delivering a little message. Did you have an unusual dream?
Dream? Season 3, episode 4? Oh, okay. dream. That's right, I did have some sort of very important dream, I think. I can't remember. It was something. Yeah. I think I met someone in that dream? Probably. I dreamt. Was it a pleasant dream? She smiled brightly. A dream image as warm as her smiling face. Yeah, a good dream. Confidently I answered. Thank her. Thanks, Kwaku-san. Huh? Uh-huh. Why am I thanking her? Eh? At the same time, she spoke. I looked and I saw a single tear on her cheek. Her expression was her usual smile. Did Kohaku have something to do with it? The dream, that is? Because why would she be so... Or is she just crying because she usually doesn't get thanked? Her expression was her usual smile. Of course, it wasn't a fake smile like it once was. What's wrong with me? She pulled out a handkerchief and wiped away her tears. I think it's just the emotions getting through, somehow. She pulled out a handkerchief and wiped away her tears. Then she held her hands to her chest and thought. I think I almost remember something, but... She shook her head. But her expression seemed to show that she couldn't remember. Yeah, but probably for the best we don't think about it that too much, huh? But in response to the smile. No, it's because of that smile that she has those tears. I realized. In the corner of her eyes, more tears glittered. Shiki, you're a little weird. Yes, you are. Arkward and CL Senpai spoke. Well, he's channeling a whole different person right now, a little bit. What's that, Arkward, all of a sudden? Senpai too! I spoke unhappily. But I wasn't actually upset. Then I started chuckling. See? I see. Arkward pointed at me and CL Senpai put a hand to her cheek a little confusedly. And a greeting for them too. Isn't it alright to be strange? Yeah. I'll be counting on you two from now on too. Right about then, I began to understand myself. There was something in my mind, and it was causing me to do something. But I felt no discomfort. It was just like that earlier dream, a warm feeling. But it was quickly falling apart. Soon it would return to being buried deep inside me. Yeah, I think it's because of that connection they had, that maybe a small piece of like the real other Shiki's consciousness is like living inside of him now, maybe? Like just a very small piece, but I don't know. Then anyway, smirk. They smiled. What? Huh? Shall we begin with the consecration? What do you mean? Huh? Or should we hit him with those scriptures of yours? How about neither? Wait! What do you two think you're doing to me?
What? Well, you know. Right.
This is bad. It's no good. I take back what I said. I decided to flee. Arkwin and CL Senpai continued to discuss something. When they're getting along and like planning together, that's not good. That's no bueno. I don't know how I feel about that. I wouldn't have another chance. Run, Cheeky, run! At great speed, I ran off. Full power, I ran without looking back. I paid no attention to the rattling noises from behind me. If you've got time to worry about that, then run, Tonoshiki! Shouting to myself, I ran. The autumn winds felt good on my cheeks. My shoulders cut the wind. The leaves of the trees flowed through my sight. Through the leaves, I could see the stars twinkle, foretelling the imminent coming of dawn. Not like I'm going to get away. It may be meaningless, but it's just that this is my world, I think. Even if it's nothing amazing. I'm happy. Really happy. Isn't it? Yeah. Oh, I said that before it popped up. From my heart, I really think so. So I told that thing in my mind. That it? Yeah, oh. Someplace, somewhen. Two people stood watching the distant scenery. One was a young man wearing something like a kimono. The other was a girl wearing a typical high school uniform. Was that message good enough?
Yep. Thank you, Tono-san.
In the scenery they were looking down on was the shape of their young friend, still being chased. Ah, quit it. But that idiot. In the end, he still thought it was just a dream. A twisted smile floated across the young man's face, and he looked a little annoyed.
You're just content with being seen. Someone like me.
Looking at him, she spoke reproachfully, puffing out her cheeks. She looked discontentedly up at the young man. So I guess that Shiki's consciousness wasn't enough to see you. Yeah, okay, so it did have to do with their, like, connection they had. Had to have been. To see someone that shouldn't be there, some sort of information is necessary. Why? Because it's necessary for other senses to compensate for the information that should have originally belonged to the 5 bodily senses. Yeah, just 2 days. Holding a hand to the heart in a reminiscing gesture. Just what was going through that heart? Chagrin? Regret? Sorrow?
From the Lantern Festival up till today. I tried so hard. A ghost, huh? How inconvenient.
Oh, whoops. That was supposed to be him. The young man earnestly murmured.
But it's alright. Because I'll always be waiting here.
Surprisingly, her face was clear when she raised it again. On her face was a smile lively enough to make one feel that way. Is that so? Convenient then, being a ghost. The young man laughed in satisfaction. His last worry was resolved. Should you be laughing there? She pointed out with a cool seriousness. I heard you were a ladylike young woman, but... he said a bit embarrassedly. She teasingly laughed. And just where was I mistaken? Alright, okay, that was him. I see, dear. He regretfully sighed. Probably from the beginning. Or probably from, probably from the beginning. She said with another laugh, then looked once more to the world below. He nodded and also looked down. For some reason, the two of them seemed to be having fun. Well, next time be more careful, okay? Alright, I think that the first one was supposed to be her, I think. So this one should be, yes, I certainly will. Why does he have to be more careful? I guess because he was almost caught. Okay, so it actually happened because the sake and cups were there, and the voice he was hearing was probably them looking for Shiki, like in the distance, and so that's why he had to get out of there, not them waking him up. But they're ghosts, and the only reason Shiki could see Shiki was because of their connection, I guess? That's kind of what I'm going with. Also, this is cute art. I really like this Kohaku image. It's really cute. It reminds me of what's Canon? I think that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah. Except the mouth is in a less strange position, but to be fair, it actually happened and was a dream or not mutually exclusive in Ossiverse. Okay, well, that's fair. Point is, he saw him. I guess. Color of the spring breeze, Ayara. Yeah, this is really, I really like this art. I don't want to scroll back towards the front anymore because I don't know which pages had you know, that art in it, so not gonna risk that. But anyway, that was I'm still wondering what what the opening was. I don't know what was going on there and why it led into what it did. But yeah, I guess it makes sense that he would still have some sort of he would still lament Shiki's death some. So this is this special story canon, or is this another fan made one? Is that known? Dunno. Okay. Yeah, I mean, when the credits roll, it's labeled right below the 3 fan made ones as special story. It says there, so I guess it's kind of hard to say, huh? So yeah, I don't know, but. we don't bring up Shiki enough, and then we get remake. I still know nothing about the remake aside from what the sprites look like, so I'm excited for that. We still have a little over a month to go, month and a half ish. God, I'm so annoyed. So they put out a disclaimer saying the like art book for the PlayStation version is gonna have 2 pages that are like censored, that are gonna be changed to censor them, and I'm like, I really don't want to get the Nintendo Switch one, but like, I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter, huh? Like, yeah, like I can always just look up the 2 pages that were censored, but isn't that insane? Like like on the Switch eShop, there are like Otome games that are uncensored. Yet the same games on the PlayStation are censored. Like, it's actually nuts. Like, yeah. And yeah, that too. I read that in an article I was reading about. The same art isn't censored in game. It's so weird. I guess their thinking is that because the person buying it is probably an adult, so they're probably gonna be the only one with access to the game, maybe. But if they have an art book laying around, any small child could pick it up and look through it, maybe. That's the only thing I can think of. So you don't want to like expose them to like violent graphics or something. I don't know. It's just, again, it's just so weird that, but between the two, Nintendo doesn't want you to doesn't care if it's censored or not, but Sony does. Like, what? Like, Nintendo's, I don't know. It's crazy, but yeah, something like that. It's so it's kind of insane, but anyway, I think that's gonna do it. And like I said before, I'm gonna do the fun, the up, yeah. I'm gonna do that as a recording, just because I don't want to turn on the skip adult content thing. I just out of my own curiosity, I want to see it, so it's gonna have to be a recording instead. But yeah, that's all. It's all we have left. And after that, I still don't know what I'm gonna do about actress again. I don't know. We'll see. But we'll see. But anyway, I think that's gonna do it. Thank you guys for hanging out. That was kind of depressing, but at the same time, it's nice that he got kind of closure. Could just jump straight to talk and preload. Those are text only. Nah, I think I'll actually, while we're here, like, how do I, like, are those just like files I find online somewhere, or are they in KT itself? I don't think they're in KT, but hang on, like, Kagetsu Tohya talk and prelude. Okay, I think I found it. Tsukihime, not Kagetsu Tohya. Tsukihime talking prelude. I guess this abnormal mapping site looks like it has I don't know. I'll figure it out. But sorry, I'm kind of yeah. No, you're good. But yeah, anyway, sorry. Yeah, thanks for hanging out, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace. Oh, just type Tsukihime talking first. So it was the old Reddit page links. Oh yeah, I saw. Okay, I saw that Reddit page, but you know it's Reddit, so I didn't click on it. But yeah, okay, good to know that that has it then. So yeah, thank you. And yeah, bye, peace.